All right, guys. Today is Tuesday, November 27th. What a great morning we have seen. ASNS, a beast of today. This stock was awesome. This stock was profitable, and this stock was extremely predictable. On top of that, we also saw ANY, which led to some nice morning gains. These are the two stocks I want to talk about. Unfortunately, as you guys know, my funds are not settled today, so I was not able to make any of these trades on my small account challenge. I'm currently sitting up about $1,400 from where I started on November 5th, and I'm at $4,936. So with that being said, let's dive into these plays and let's talk about how I was able to call these plays out. ANY. This was the first stock of today that went on a nice pop, nice rip, great spike. And what did we see on this play? This was one of our chart setups. You know, the two best plays, we have ASNS right here, ANY right here. And you can see these are the number 1 and number 2 top gainers in the whole entire market. Now, again, this is on Dekmar Trades morning newsletter. Every single one of you guys should be getting the Dekmar Trades morning newsletter. If you guys are not getting the Dekmar Trades morning newsletter, please, right now, go to one-on-one support chat, bottom right-hand corner, and we will add you to our morning newsletter so you guys are receiving this. It gives you guys good updates. As you guys know, like next week, we're moving over to tradecaster.com. Dekmar Trades is going to be closed. And then, we give you guys our morning watch list, our chart setups, our news, market briefing, everything good that you guys need to kick off your day. So what did we have on ANY to kick things off? ANY, we had on watch this morning as this 1 million in float stock has been a top gainer for 2 days in a row now. Back above $7, watch for volume to move in. This stock has spiked so well because of its a low float, great volume, and mid-candle breakout pattern setup. Even if the stock does not become a top gainer today, I do expect some spike as traders are going to try to push this back on up, right? So ANY was already on our watch list. ANY was a stock that regardless, we are keeping our eyes peeled on. And why was that? That was just on the plain fact that we knew that this stock for the last 2 days, back on the November 23rd and on the 26th, we had good action. So no matter what traders are going to say traders are going to say, hey, ANY is kind of our safety safe, right? A couple people said they like this analogy. If I'm saying, it's a Friday or Saturday night, whatever you want to think about it. If it's a restaurant, ANY is like kind of that restaurant that we know it has good food. Like we know it's our good food. When in doubt, we could always fall back on ANY. We can go and eat there, right? But we all had some other, new restaurants open on up today. New press releases. UAVS tried a little bit. AMD or AEMD. So basically, we're saying, hey, Friday night, you want to try out AMD? Yeah, we'll try it out. This kind of stinks. You want to go over to ANY? Yeah, let's try it out. UAVS, let's try it out. This kind of stinks. Let's just go back to ANY. ANY, we know it's solid. ANY, we know it's good. ANY, we know we're going to have a good time. So a lot of people looked at, the number 1 top gainer, AEMD. A lot of people were looking at, another top gainer, UAVS. They said, hey, let's try it out. What did these two stocks do? They both dumped on off. Where does everyone go back to? Everyone goes back to the safety safe. Everyone goes back to to a stock they know they're going to have a good time on, and that's ANY. They know it's profitable. They know it's a low float. They know we're on a mid-candle breakout pattern. They know the stock has gone on a nice spike. They know the stock has spiking potential. They know that the stock has momentum. They know that the stock has volume. Deck, how many more things can you think of? I know of. Right here at ANY, this play was absolutely beautiful. And how did it all start off? It started off with what? A drop at the start. As why? Because there wasn't too much volume. Because everyone was focusing on the number 1, number 2 top gainers like AMD, UAVS, etc. And then once those started dying on off, what did that happen? What happened? ANY started bringing in attention because no one liked UAVS's burgers, you could say. No one liked, AEMD's wings, you could say. Everyone wanted to go back to ANY, right? You know how I think about it? You guys ever see that show, How I Met Your Mother? Right, that's how I kind of think about it, honestly. It's like they always go to that, booth. That's where they always meet. It's like when you have a nice top gainer, when you have a nice, ripper, it's kind of like this is like your booth. You just know you're going to have a good time here, and it's kind of your safety safe. So ANY made a nice red to green move, broke its open, massive buying volume, moved back on in. The stock went on a nice, beautiful spike from 685 all the way up towards around 785, about $1 rip just because of yesterday's hype. $1 rip just because of the mid-candle breakout pattern, just because of the low float, the momentum, the volume, everything we already talked about. So we already talked about this one yesterday, and if you guys, of course, go to our YouTube channel, you guys can see, again, us talking about this play. It was when I made $180 profit. It's named $180 lucky profit. But, the best thing about this play is what? just that mid-candle breakout setup. How predictable does this get when you guys are looking at it, this mid-candle breakout pattern setup? Nice big spike, red candle, down to mid-candle, and then you get the nice spike again. Nice big spike, red candle, back down to mid-candle, then you get the nice big spike again. So, that's absolutely beautiful. And, there's different types every now and then, but basically another, great example would be right here. Nice big spike, mid-candle, and now the stock is continuing up past its old spiking high. And ANY can continue to rip, and this stock can continue to run, and this stock can continue to take on off. So I would keep this one on high alert, absolutely, over on ANYs. There's a lot of big-time potential for this stock to be able to continue to move on up and continue to climb, throughout today. So great job, great potential. Mid-candle breakout pattern on the slow float ripper. Hey, what's coming on up? You guys should all know this. Third touch breakout, 3-channel breakout pattern, right? Something that we always like to look for, something that happens right around lunch hours every single day, something that we always like to discuss. And what we like to have right here is basically this 3-channel breakout pattern. We got our 1 touch, we have our 2 touch, and we're looking for a 3rd touch. So 1 touch, 2 touch, looking for a 3rd touch breakout right when the stock comes on up. We are building slightly higher lows. We're starting to move our way on up, and that's where we could see a nice break. That's where we could see a nice rip. Same exact thing right here on PTIE. We got our 1 touch, we got our 2 touch, and now we're trying to build these higher lows for our 3rd touch breakout coming on up. So ANY, definitely a lot of potential, definitely a lot of ripping behind it. Keep that one on watch. ASNS, this was the beauty today. This was the one that, everybody in chat was banking. So many profits. And what did we have on ASNS? Well, ASNS, this was a stock that was in our morning newsletter. As always, this stock came out with an agree to a merger. So a merger agreement, absolutely great. As we know, guys, we have our keywords to look for in hot press releases. Hot press releases, we look for, number 9 or 29, merger. We also have the word agreement. As we know, those are 2 keywords that are going to lead to some very nice spikes and some very nice rips. ASNS, what do we have right here? Here's our merger. Here's our merger agreement. And it's talking about, how this merger agreement could definitely help embark the company on its phase 3 trials. We believe this merger has potential to transform our company and position us, very well. So ASNS definitely had, some good potential. The best thing we like about ASNS is what? The float, right? The float that's behind this play. The float, which is A, we have 5 million in float, and then on top of that, the chart pattern. This is beautiful. That's what I meant to say. Excuse me. The chart pattern is absolutely beautiful. The float's good at 5 million, but the chart pattern is absolutely great because we have the 50-day moving average coming down from where? When the stock was all the way up at $19. We have the 13 EMA coming all the way back on down, and you can see the stock is getting squeezed. The 50-day moving average is on the top, the 13 EMA swooping underneath on the bottom. The stock is squeezing, and now we're getting a nice big rip and a nice big run. Let's talk about how I knew that this stock was going to be able to break right here at 140. Because right at this time, right at 10 o'clock, I'm saying, guys, keep this one on watch. 140 break, watch your volume to come in. Hey, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. And you guys, heard me saying that. And why was that? Because we had this. I'll tell you exactly why this happened. ASNS, we already know this is a good press release. We already know it's a great chart pattern setup. We already know the stock has a good flow. It's already on our watch list. We've been talking about this stock throughout the whole entire morning, right? So with that being said, we get a nice morning spike. It goes up to where? 150. 150 is a natural resistance line, and so be it. 151 is also the 50-day moving average. So we have 150 natural resistance line, and 150 to 151 is the 50-day moving average. That establishes our resistance. Now the stock is falling. It's not really worth our time. At this time, at 940, 945, what are we doing mostly? We're looking to play what? We're playing ANY at this time. We're not really focused on ASNS. So let's just think about it how the world's going to think about it. If we're focused on ANY, guess what? Probably other traders are focused on ANY, right? If we're focused on, let's say, UAVS, probably other traders are focused on that as well. But what we notice is what? ANY dies off. ANY dies off, right? It dies on off. There's not too much going on at 950, right? 949 right here. This play dies on off. UAVS, the top gainer, right around this 10 o'clock mark, it starts dying on off. We get this nice big drop right here. AEMD never really brought in too much hype. This stock starts dying on off. So what starts happening? ASNS is the only one that still has potential. On top of that, ASNS is forming a beautiful U-shaped pattern, right? This is a beautiful U-shaped pattern. We establishes our top resistance after a spike. The stock forms a U-shape. We're buying higher lows. What happens when we break from 140? What happens when we break 140 right here? We're just establishing our seawall, right? So when we have our seawall formed, as you guys know, we have our nice morning spike, U shape being formed. We come back up, and then what happens? We usually get our rip on up, right? And we would have our A wall right here. We would have our B wall right here, and then we'd have our C wall right here. And then we'd have our D for our breakout. Where do we like to buy? We like to buy on the C, or you could buy on the D. So if we're looking to play ASNS, what do we have on ASNS? If we're playing ASNS right here, we have our A wall right here. We have our B wall right here. We have our C wall right here. And we have our D wall, or a D breakout. So right when it broke 140, and why 140, guys? 140, if we look at this play, we can see that this stock is going to be sitting right at some tough resistance. You can see it kind of bounced off 140, bounced off 140, bounced off 140. And we can see that this stock's trying to hold up right around 140. It U-shapes up and around, up towards around this 140 mark, breaks it. We get our nice rip, and now it comes up to 150. Break of 150, not only again the high, or right next to the high, we also have the 50-day moving average. Break of the 50-day moving average, even more volume moves in. We get our nice big rip and our nice big pop. But how often do we see that? We see that all the time, right, guys? On these nice, beautiful U-shaped patterns, these beautiful rips, these beautiful runs. And again, you guys could see like BOSC right here. BOSC, nice morning spike, U-shaped pattern, nice big pop, nice big rip, right? You have DRAM. DRM, nice big spike, U-shaped pattern, nice big spike. You get your nice big rip. Absolutely great. You can see CNR. Nice U-shaped pattern, nice big spike, nice big rip. Predict the stock market, right? Predict the stock market. Understand where all other traders are going to be moving. Nothing else is going on. We see a U-shape pattern being formed, forming higher lows, coming up to the 50-day moving average on a stock that has an awesome squeeze pattern, room to run all the way up to $7.50, then room to run all the way up to $10 and $16 on a lower float play with news. It's like, ASNS is definitely where we want to be looking at. This stock goes on a beautiful spike, gets halted at 175, runs all the way up towards around that 212 mark, and then eventually all the way up towards around that 235 mark, all from that U shape. On top of that, the stock is forming a channel now with 195 as its bottom support, and top is more around, we could probably go right at this 230 mark and put it right along that area. Now we're basically looking for another 3-touch breakout type of deal to start forming. Does that make sense for everyone? I know there's definitely a lot going on, but it's absolutely great, be able to see how much hype and how much predictability there is in this market. And a lot of it is just kind of thinking outside yourself, right? Sometimes we think to ourselves, okay, what's going to happen? All right, and we get overcomplicate things, and we're saying, all right, well, right now, ASNS has this, but maybe, maybe stock ABC is going to randomly get this hype and start forming this pattern if it crosses over this line. It's like, no, you just want to stick where a lot of the hottest plays are. Think how other traders are going to think. How can we think how other traders are going to think? Well, we have to know all the patterns. We have to know all the fundamentals. We have to know all the setups. We have to know where the mob is going to be a lot of the times. And that's just, from experience. Once you have the education, then you can be, one step ahead of the mob, right? And how can you guys learn all the different patterns and all the different setups and all that great stuff? Again, we have every single video for you guys where? Over on tradecaster.com. Just search our name, Dekmar Trades. And what are you guys going to get? You're going to get over 200 hours of video lessons, right? 200 hours. And on top of that, if you guys don't know where to start with bootcamp lesson number 1, right? Bootcamp lesson number 1. Then go to 2, 3, 4. I know they're a little scattered right here, but then we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And we're adding more towards it every single day. And each one is going to progress you as a trader. If you just want to learn a certain topic, then hey, go from there. What's float, pre-market, volume lesson, yada, yada, yada. Make sure you guys head over there and make sure you guys go check it out. So that's where we have all their video lessons, of course. But the best thing about today, my favorite part about today, or my favorite part about every single day, is seeing this, guys. Look at this, 162, 230, 600, 200. First trade, $50, 130, 400, 852, 890, 250. Look at all the traders that are banking right here. It just keeps on going on ASNS. And that's what I love. This isn't me. This is all you guys. You guys are the ones pulling the trigger. You guys are the ones buying. You guys are the ones selling. You guys are the ones having the over in profits chat. So again, awesome work. On top of that, which is even better, is we had over so far in chat this morning, over 1,400 traders in chat. Ow! So again, that's absolutely great. And again, thank you guys for joining us so far this morning. So absolutely awesome. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. More than happy to help you guys out with anything you need. And awesome work. So enjoy your profits, and let's see what the rest of this day has for us. ASNS, maybe a possible swing trade coming on up this afternoon. All right. Cool. So if you guys have any questions, any other questions on that? If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know, because I just want to make sure you guys are all set. All right. So what we have here, AK, again, potential swing trade in AS. Yep, already looking at ASNS for a potential swing trade. We just have to see how it's going to hold up over lunch hours, and you'll be all set. AK or AVK is going to be 79 tokens, which is 99 cents. Again, less than $1. And once you have it, it's yours for life. Deck, if you swing trade tonight, will your funds be available to trade tomorrow too? I mean, if I swing trade tonight, I'm probably going to use my funds, so I would sell tomorrow, and then I'd be done. So if I swing trade tonight, it's basically my trade for tomorrow. Again, Slee, I know you love looking for supernovas, which is great, but every month is different. Or is December great for supernovas? Again, every month is different. So I would love to say yes. I've seen big rips in December. I've seen big spikes in December. I've seen slow weeks in December. Every month's different. You just got to play it by ear. Again, right now, the whole video library is over on Tradecaster, so you can go watch the videos there. You can always watch our YouTube recaps. Those are always on YouTube every single day for you.